So we're just making sure that we are comfortable with the notes that we took yesterday, or last night really. So based off the video, what should we do first thing? Subtract the 13. So y minus 13 equals x squared plus 7x plus something. Okay? Okay. And then what should we do? 7 divided by 2 is... Okay. And then what do we do with the 3.5?
Square.
3.5 squared is... 3.5 squared. Oh, did we say 925? Oh, that's awkward.
Well, he said that, not Grace said it.
Because we all have calculators in front of us. Come on, let's make sure we know why. Because we remember how multiplication works, right? 5 times 5 is 25. 5 times 3 is 15, 16, 17.
And then put a 0.
3 times 5 is 15.
Carry your 1.
3 times 3 is 9, 10.
5, 12, carry your 1, 2, 1, and then put your decimal
And then
point.
2 decimal points. Yeah, okay. So we don't just go 3 times 3 is 9, 5 times 5 is 25 and call it good. Okay. Okay, so 1225. And so what do we do with the 1225? Okay, we put it in the blank, and if we added 1225 to the right side, what do we have to do to the left side?
You can't subtract it, and I used to subtract it to like moving it to the other side.
Yeah, except we're not moving it to the other side. We're adding it to both sides to keep it balanced. Exactly. So, why did what? Okay, so now we have y minus 0.75. Anytime it gets in decimals like that, I just start thinking money. I had $12.25 and I owed somebody $13.
Because you added 12.
Oh. I'll look through it in a second. I'll give you your notes. Okay. And then in here we have x
Plus 3.5.
plus 3.5. Okay. And then how do we get the y alone?
You do it.
Add the 0.75 over to the other side. So y equals x plus 3.5 squared plus 0.75. Now, for the activity that I made for you guys, some of the answers are in decimals and some of them are in fractions. So just because if we're in honors, we should be able to be fluent in both. Okay, so I'm just going to show you guys on your calculators. If you are not good at converting back and forth, your calculator can do it for you. So 3.5 converted to a fraction, I'm going to hit that math button. Everyone see the math button? Hit the math button. Number 1 says frac. That's going to convert it into a fraction for me. So I'm going to press enter, enter. Ooh, that's 7 halves. So y equals x plus 7 halves squared, and then 0.75 math, number 1, enter, enter, 3/4. They might be, or they might not be. So both answers would be good to have, just in case. Yes, so you type in the decimal first, and hit the math button, and number 1 is frac. Yep. So if you're looking around for a decimal answer and you're like, Miss Rice, it's not around the room somewhere, then I might say, hey, turn it into a fraction, and you might find your answer. Okay? All right. Do we need to see another example, or was that good? That was good? Okay. So you can start on any letter you would like. It goes through J, so I think there's 10 problems. Let's go ahead and get started and see how we do. Ready, go. No. I will collect it tomorrow. Yeah. Or if you have it done today, I can come around and pick it up today, too. Okay. So this is completing the square. We're still completing the square. If A does not equal 1, so just a reminder, the form that we're looking at is ax squared plus bx plus c. And we just looked at the problems where the a value was 1. That's why it wasn't written, because it was 1. So that's where the x squared was alone. And so now we're going to look at what happens if there's a number there and it's not a 1, so you actually see it. So what happens if it's a negative? What happens if it's a 2? What happens if it's a 1/2? It changes how you do the problem a little bit. And our goal, once we've completed the square, is to get the problem in vertex form, where that a value has been factored out, basically, and kind of put in the front. And then we have the perfect square, and then we have the number on the end. I like to have a color for my notes, and it's not terrible if you don't, but if you have a color, it's kind of nice to like do one little part. Yeah, I love putting stuff in colors. It helps me to remember things. That's how I usually use it for you guys, to help you to remember things. Okay, so the first problem that we're going to do is 2x squared minus 16x plus 33. X minus h squared plus k. Oh, this is all, we're still pencil. No color yet. The color will be bright. I'm going to do it in blue. It's going to be bright blue. Okay, so when we start completing the square, it's going to start the same as the other problems. So how did we start the other problems? Yeah, so we're going to start the same. Yep. So I'm not going to put it yet, actually. It's okay if you did. It's not a big deal. Okay. So this is where things start to get a little different, because at this step, we want the x squared to be alone. We don't want to have there be a number there. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to look at the number in front of the x squared, and I'm going to take it out as a GCF. Now, for these problems, it's actually going to come out. I'm not truly factoring out the GCF because I'm not factoring the x out. I'm only factoring the number out, so it's not a true GCF. And I'm going to take it out even if it makes this a fraction, okay? Now, in this class, are we going to have fractions here? No. Probably not. If you were in a higher level class, if you were in pre-calculus, calculus, would it become a fraction more often? Not all the time, but could it? Yes. So it's possible. But in this class, not really. So we're going to take the 2 out, and that's going to leave us with x squared minus 8, because I divided the 2 out. And that's where I'm going to put the blank. So it's a little different than the other ones, but so far it hasn't been too much different. And so now this is where I say, okay, I'm going to take this term just like I did with the other problems, and I'm going to divide it by 2. So negative 8, divide it in half is, and then negative 4 squared, 16. Okay, so 16 is the number that completes the square. Now, this is where I pick up my marker or my other color, whatever. Now, I didn't actually add 16 to the right side of the equation because I have a 2 in front of my parentheses. So I actually added 2 times 16. What's 2 times 16? It's 32. So 2 times 16 is 32, so I added 32 to the right side. I'm going to add 32 to the left side. You guys see how that's different? Because I didn't add 16, I added 32. I did 2 times 16. Because I did 2 times 16. So I don't actually have 1 perfect square on the right side, I have 2 perfect squares. So 2 times 16, okay? So I still have my equal sign. Now I'm going to keep the 2 there, and I'm going to think, okay, let's pretend that I factored this. I looked for what multiplied to 16, what added to negative 8. The 2 numbers were negative 4 and negative 4. If I wrote out those 2 parentheses, it'd be x minus 4, and so that is x minus 4 squared. So we're still doing the same thing we did last time. We're still taking parentheses, writing it as squared. We're still saying whatever I got when I divided by 2, I'm taking that number and putting it in the parentheses. Same as before. I'm still doing what I did before, where I'm taking this and I'm saying, okay, I've got negative 33, I've got positive 32. What does that give me? Negative 1. Y minus 1. Okay, so now I just have this. What should I do? Add it. Y equals 2, x minus 4 squared plus 1. Done. So slightly different. Not terribly different, just slightly different. Okay. All right, here is the next one. We're going to try one with a negative in the front. So negative x squared plus 6x minus 5. Okay. So what do we do first? Add the 5 over. Okay. Now, we don't want a negative x squared. We want just x squared. So what should we do? Yeah, we want to take the negative out. Yeah, divide the negative out. Yeah, good. So that leaves me with x squared. Yeah, minus 6x. Okay, and then I have my blank. Okay, and then I do the normal stuff. So I take negative 6. Okay. But I didn't add 9.
You added negative 9.
I added a negative 9. So if I did a negative 9 on the right side, what should I do on the left side? A negative 9. So I've got a negative, I've got a parentheses squared. What goes in my parentheses squared? X minus 3. Okay. And then on the left side, y minus 4.
And then you have to move the 4 back over.
Okay. How do your brains feel?
Miss Jordan.
Yeah?
Dr. James is on
Don't say that. I'm recording, man. Yeah. It probably didn't pick it up, though. You're fine.
This is like the only thing
How about that Miss Rice, though? You know? Okay, let's move on. All right. Okay. Okay, good. All right. Next one. All right. This is the last one, so we're really gonna get it with this one. Or wait, did I do? Oh no. We got. Let's hold on. I'm not gonna do this one. Sorry that you wrote it. I'm so sorry. Okay. Okay. We got to do this one because fractions are scary. You know what I'm saying? Okay. So, what do we do first?
minus your 12.
Minus the 12.
Now you gotta take out 1/2. So it would just be x squared minus 2x.
You have to be careful. So if we take a 1/2 out, you have to think about how many 1/2 cups are in 4 cups. There's 8 of them. So if you divide by a fraction, the number actually gets bigger, not smaller. Yeah, that always throws people off. Did that make sense to everyone? So if we divide by a fraction, the number gets bigger, not smaller. Okay. 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 So we've got this.
Now you're gonna do your b.
So,
8 divided by 2 is -4.
uh-huh.
And then -4 squared is 16.
Uh-huh.
But you didn't multiply by 16 or whatever you multiplied. It's a 32.
Wait, be careful.
No, it's an 8.
Oh, dang it, I did red this time. Now my notes are not perfect anymore. I was so consistent. Then I grabbed the wrong marker.
So now would it be 1 by 1/2? Would it be 8 or would it be
So before we were dividing, we said 4 divided by 1/2 because we were taking a GCF out. So now we're saying I didn't really add 16. I really added 1/2 times 16. And 1/2 times 16 is 8.
So then it's gonna be y minus 8 or plus 8.
Okay. So we have y
Minus 4 equals, then you're gonna have 1/2 on the outside. X squared, no, just x.
X minus 4. Good.
And then squared.
Plus 4.
Then you're gonna put the 4 back on the other side. Oh, your best part.
So this one wasn't bad, right? This one was okay. All right. So here's what we're going to finish tonight. Have you guys been looking forward on Google Classroom to see